Hey guys, I'm back again. So, I decided that I'm gonna get started on the Quran as well. So, I'm just gonna be reading the Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, and the Quran, and mix and match between the three of them. Okay? So, let's start with Surah Al Fatiha, meaning. Hold on. Go back. So, we all have the names of the chapters. Chapters are called surah. So Al-Fatiha is the first one, and we're going to be going into a bit of the second one as well. So the first one is Al-Fatiha, the opener, and the second one is Al-Baqarah, the cow. Okay? Okay. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. And Allah means God in Arabic. So you could say, in the name of God, the most gracious, most merciful. But I'm just gonna say, based off the translation here, Allah. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Praise be to Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds, most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, and thine aid do we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those of whom you've witnessed, the way of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace, whose portion is not wrath, and who go not astray. Okay? So that's the beginning. We say this. I'm sure, well, I'll just assume you guys don't know, but Muslims pray 5 times a day, and we say this in each prayer, the beginning of every prayer. So this is very important for Muslims. And I don't think there's anything that is necessarily disagreeable about it, except for the name. That's it. Allah. Like, for some reason, once there's like a different name associated, although it means the same thing, it means God, for some reason people just assume that like it's a separate God from the God of the Jews and the Christians. Although the Christians is a little weird because, they believe that Jesus is Son of God, or some people think that Jesus is God. So that's a little confusing there. But overall, in the Quran, or Muslims generally believe that of the Abrahamic religions, we believe in Allah is the God of Abraham, who is the father of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So Allah is supposed to be the God of Abraham. Okay? So, cherisher and sustainer of the worlds, most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. That is something that is very important, because assuming there is a day of judgment, if you're gonna follow a God, you would want to follow the one that is truthful and knows what they're doing. Master of the day of judgment. That would be best, I believe. You we worship. Your help is what we seek, essentially. Show us the path, the way of those of whom you bestowed your grace, and not those who have incurred wrath or who have gone astray. Okay? ALM. In Arabic, this means Alif Lam Mim. And it's a mystery. We don't know what this means. This beginning portion right here. This. No one knows what it means. It's a mystery. But we keep it because it was there. So, mystery. This is the book and it is guidance sure without doubt to those who fear Allah, who believe in the unseen, are steadfast in prayer, and spend out of what we have provided for them, and who believe in the revelation sent to thee and sent before thy time, and their hearts have assurance of the hereafter. They are on true guidance from their Lord, and it is these who will prosper. As for those who reject faith, it is the same whether thou warn them or do not warn them, they will not believe. Allah has set a seal on their hearts and on their hearing, and on their eyes is a veil. Great is the penalty they incur. Of the people, there are some who say, we believe in Allah and the last day, but they do not really believe. Fain would they deceive Allah and those who believe, but they only deceive themselves, and realize it not. In their hearts is a disease, and Allah has increased their disease, and grievous is the penalty they incur, because they are false to themselves. When it is said to them, make not mischief on the earth, they say, why, we only want to make peace. Of a surety, they are the ones who make mischief, but they realize it not. So this I think is a little funny, I guess you could say. It's kind of like, well, if they don't realize they're making mischief, can they really be blamed? Like, what if they really believe they're just making peace on earth? But I guess you could say the same about, like, mercy killing for some reason, right? Like, they think they're doing a good thing, but it's not really a good thing, you know? Let's see. I don't know why that came to mind, but that's what came to mind. When it is said to them, believe as the others believe, they say, shall we believe as the fools believe? Nay, of a surety they are the fools, but they do not know. When they meet with those who believe, they say, we believe. But when they are alone with their evil ones, they say, we are really with you, we were only jesting. Allah will throw back their mockery on them, and give them rope in their trespasses, so they will wander like blind ones to and fro. These are they who have bartered guidance for error, but their traffic is profitless, and they have lost true direction. Their similitude is that of a man who kindled a fire. When it lighted all around him, God took away their sight and left them in utter darkness, so they could not see. Deaf, dumb, and blind, they will not return to the path. So I've read this before. I've mentioned I've read the Quran maybe once and a half, you know. This always scares me. Deaf, dumb, and blind, they will not return to the path. So this is like, say you had a fate, a certain destiny, and once you mess up, it's like you don't get that destiny anymore. You have a different one now, and you will not get that back, no matter what. That is the scariest thing to me. Just saying. Or another similitude is that the rain-laden cloud from the sky. In it are zones of darkness and thunder and lightning. They press their fingers in their ears to keep out the stunning thunderclap, the while they are in terror of death, but Allah is ever round the rejectors of faith. The lightning all but snatches away their sight. Every time the light helps them, they walk therein, but when the darkness grows, they stand still. And if Allah willed, He could take away their faculty of hearing and seeing, for Allah has power over all things. O ye people, adore your guardian Lord, who created you and those who came before you, that ye may have the chance to learn righteousness, who hath made the earth your couch and the heavens your canopy, and sent down rain from the heavens and brought forth therewith fruits for your sustenance. Then set not up rivals unto Allah when you know the truth. If ye eat it, and if ye are in doubt as to what we have revealed from time to time to our servant, then produce a surah like thereunto, and call your witnesses to help or helpers, if there are any, besides Allah, if your doubts are true. But if you cannot, and of a surety you cannot, then fear the fire whose fuel is men and stones, which is prepared for those who reject faith. But give glad tidings to those who believe and work righteousness, that their portion is gardens beneath which rivers flow. Every time they are fed with fruits therefrom, they say, "Why, this is what we were fed with before." For they are given things in similitude, and they have therein companions, pure and holy, and they abide therein forever. Allah disdains not to use the similitude of things, lowest as well as highest. Those who believe know that it is the truth from their Lord, but those who reject faith say, "What means Allah by this similitude?" By it he causes many to stray, and many he leads into the right path. But he causes not to stray except those who forsake the path. So this is a very interesting line here, in my opinion. God does not disdain to use the similitude, the similarity of things between lowest and highest. And those who reject faith are confused by this. What does this mean? The lowest and the highest, what is the similarity? And I'll tell you the answer. Essentially, between the lowest and the highest, it's there. Basically, God believes in equality to a certain degree. Or at least that's what I think, in my opinion. In my opinion, the reason is there's God and there's creation. At the end of the day, there's God and there's creation. So creation it doesn't matter, it's all beneath him. So that's what he means by he doesn't disdain against using the similitude between the lowest and the highest, the best and the worst. Because at the end of the day, he's still God. So that's the answer. Those who break Allah's covenant after it is ratified, and who asunder from what Allah has ordered to be joined, and do mischief on earth, these cause loss only to themselves. How can ye reject the faith in Allah, seeing that ye were without life, and he gave you life? Then will he cause you to die, and will again bring you to life, and again to him ye will return. It is he who hath created for you all things that are on the earth. Moreover, his design comprehended the heavens, for he gave order and perfection to the 7 firmaments, and of all things he has perfect knowledge. Behold, thy Lord said to the angels, I will create a vicegerent. Vicegerent? We're just gonna... Vicegerent, a person exercising delegated power on behalf of a sovereign or a ruler. Or a person regarded as an earthly representative of God or a god, especially the Pope. Okay. So, behold, thy Lord said to the angels, I will create a vicegerent on earth. They said, Wilt thou place therein one who will make mischief therein and shed blood, whilst we do celebrate thy praises and glorify thy holy name? He said, I know what ye know not. And he taught Adam the names of all things. Then he placed them before the angels, and said, "Tell me the names of these, if ye are right." They said, "Glory to thee, of knowledge we have none, save what thou hast taught us. In truth, it is thou who art perfect in knowledge and wisdom." He said, "O Adam, tell them their names." When he told them, Adam said, "Did I not tell you that I know the secrets of heaven and earth, and I know what ye reveal and what ye conceal?" And behold, he said to the angels, "Bow down to Adam," and they bowed down. Not so Iblis. He refused and was haughty. He was of those who reject faith. We said, "O Adam, dwell thou and thy wife in the garden, and eat of the bountiful things therein, as where and when ye will. But approach not this tree, or ye run into harm and transgression." Then did Satan make them slip from the garden, and get them out of the state of felicity in which they had been. We said, "Get ye down, all ye people, with enmity between yourselves. On earth will be your dwelling place and your means of livelihood, for a time." Then Adam learned from his Lord words of inspiration, and his Lord turned towards him, for he is oft returning and most merciful. He said, "Get ye down all from here, and if, as is sure, there comes to you guidance from me, whosoever follows my guidance, on them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. But those who reject faith and belie our signs, they shall be companions of the fire. They shall abide therein." O children of Israel, call to mind the special favor which I have bestowed upon you, and fulfill your covenant with me as I fulfill my covenant with you, and fear none but me. And believe in what I reveal, confirming the revelation which is with you, and be not the first to reject faith therein, nor sell my signs for a small price, and fear me and me alone. And cover not truth with falsehood, nor truth when you know, nor conceal the truth when ye know what it is. And be steadfast in prayer, practice regular charity, and bow down your heads with those who bow down in worship. Do ye enjoy right conduct on the people, and forget to practice it yourselves, and yet ye study the scripture? Will ye not understand? Nay, see Allah's help with patience, perseverance, and prayer. It is indeed hard, except for those who bring a lowly spirit, who bear in mind the certainty that they are going to meet their Lord, and that they will return to him. Children of Israel, call to mind the special favor which I bestowed upon you, and that I preferred you to all other for my message. Then guard yourselves against the day when one soul shall not avail another, nor shall intercession be accepted for her, nor shall compensation be taken from her, nor shall anyone be helped from outside. And remember, we delivered you from the people of Pharaoh. They set you hard tasks and punishments, slaughtered your sons, and let your women folk live. Therein was a tremendous trial from your Lord. And remember, we divided the sea for you, and saved you, and drowned Pharaoh's people within your very sight. And remember, we appointed 40 nights for Moses, and in his absence you took the calf for worship, and ye did grievous wrong. Even then we did forgive you. There was a chance for you to be grateful. And remember, we gave Moses the scripture and the criterion between right and wrong. There was a chance for you to be guided aright. And remember, Moses said to his people, "O my people, ye have indeed wronged yourselves by your worship of the calf. So turn in repentance to your Maker and slay yourselves, the wrongdoers. that will be better for you in the sight of your Maker. Then he turned towards you in forgiveness. He is off returning, most merciful. Moses. And remember, ye said, O Moses, we shall never believe in thee until we see Allah manifestly. But ye were dazed with thunder and lightning, even as ye looked on. Then we raised you up after your death. Ye had the chance to be grateful. And we gave you the shade of clouds and sent down to you manna and quails, saying, Eat of the good things we have provided for you. But they rebelled. To us they did no harm, but they harmed their own souls. And remember, we said, Enter this town and eat of the plenty therein as ye wish. But enter the gate with humility in posture and in words, and we shall forgive you your faults and increase the portion of those who do good. But the transgressors changed the word from which they had been given them. So we sent on the transgressors a plague from heaven, for that they infringed our command repeatedly. And remember, Moses prayed for water for his people. We said, Strike the rock with thy staff. Then gushed forth therefrom 12 springs. Each group knew its own place for water. So eat and drink of the sustenance provided by Allah, and do no evil nor mischief on the face of the earth. And remember, ye said, O Moses, we cannot endure one kind of food always. So beseech thy Lord for us, to produce for us what the earth groweth, its pot herbs, and cucumbers, its lentils, and garlic, and onions. He said, Will you exchange the better for the worse? Go ye down to any town, and ye shall find what you want. They were covered with humiliation and misery. They drew on themselves the wrath of Allah. This because they went on rejecting the signs of Allah, and slaying his messengers without just cause. This because they rebelled and went on transgressing. Those who believe in the Quran, and those who follow the Jewish scriptures, and the Christians and the Sabians, any who believe in Allah and the last day, and work righteousness, shall have their reward with their Lord. On them shall be no fear, and on them nor shall they grieve. I think this is a good stopping point. So, people tend to wonder why God, I'm just going to be very clear. I believe in God. So I'm going to speak from a very theistic kind of point of view. And I apologize if you're watching this from an atheistic point of view. But I understand that some people are kind of like, why not just send one book, one religion? Why not just make it all perfect from the get-go? The thing is, it's kind of like the story goes with the whole point that we are living and existing in this world alongside Satan, So, of course, over time, things get misconstrued. I think, is my opinion. I'm not sure. So, there has to be reinforcement over time through additional prophets or additional books. I'm going to be reading all of the religious texts because I think they all have value in the face of God, submission to a higher power, acknowledgement of an afterlife, and searching for purpose and rules. I think that's the important thing. And hopefully by the end of this journey of reading all of the books, we can kind of get a broader, the whole picture, what is the exact what are some things that all of the religions can kind of just weave together and accept that we are more similar than we are different. So that is kind of the purpose of me reading these texts. I hope that this, well, I don't know. I hope you find it interesting, at least. The tone is very different than the tone in the Bible, or at least the Old Testament. I only started reading the Old Testament. I'm only in I'm still in Genesis, but like the tone is very different, and I think you can feel it, the sense of like, I don't know. I'm gonna stop. I'll let you guys interpret it and feel however way you want. They have a Bible.com. They have a Quran.com. I think it's called Bible.com. Let me just see. Yes, Bible.com is what I've been reading from. And for the Bhagavad Gita, I'm at holybhagavadgita.org. So, the very, first thing that comes up when you look up the free version of the religious text. This is what I'm reading from. You guys all have access. And that's about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.